Okay, now question 3, it's trigonometry. So lana sikhuluma nge-simplification, substitution, as well as ama-trigonometric ratios. It's question 3 uvela la November 2019. Uma ucheck out the description box uzobona kunama-link for other questions engiwarecordile for this question paper. So question 3, 3.1, if x is 37 degrees, y is 44 degrees, calculate the value of sine squared x plus 2 cos y for 1 mark. So the idea la ku 3.1 is to teach you, or ngathini, 3.1 will involve what we call a substitution. There's a lot of substitution eyenzekayo la ku trigonometry, so kwamele ukwazi ukusubstitute as well as yenza ama-calculations of those substitutions ku-calculator as well. Yabona? So la ku 3.1 is just a substitution. This is where you collect my marks. So it's sine squared x plus cos 2 cos y. So la kuno x khona ngiyofaka 37 degrees, la kuno y ngifaka 44 degrees, right? So I substitute, and then komele siyiphanje in ku-calculator. Okay, the squared ku trigonometry umshaya so uvula ibracket icala uthi sine 37 degrees, uvale ibracket ubuye uvale le bracket olivulile futhi, right? Then uthi squared, since lo squared uyabona kuphi sine squared bracket 37 degrees, lo squared awukhona ukumshaya la, but ukhona ukumshaya after punching in usine wakho. So every time ufuna ukushaya usquared umshaya kanje ke trigonometry, plus 2 cos 44 degrees uvale bracket uthi equal to, it's 1.8 1.8. So na answer yethu ke la, right? This is our answer. Noma ungayibhala yonke it's fine ngoba basho ukuthi we round off to how many decimal places. 3.2, without using a calculator, determine the value of. This is where we simplify again, right? Last year simplifier, why ngisho njalo? Ngibona kunama special angles, the 30 degrees, 45 degrees, no 60 degrees. Lama angles lawa siwabiza ukuthi ama special angles, special angles lawa. I'm a special angles, right? So whenever you want a special angle, you just need to convert them. You need to convert lawama ratios wako to ama values wako, right? So ama special angles wethu, we know ukuthi kunama triangles for ama special angles, but nangabe wakhohliwe ama special angles wako, using ama triangles, you can just use the calculator yakho ke. Yes, okay ke uzala. Going back to the calculator yethu, then sithi siqala ngo sine 30. Sine 30 it's 1/2, so it's 1/2 lana. So our answer la is going to be equal to 1/2 in bracket times cot 45 degrees. Okay, sine cos tan. Okay ke bheka la, ucot anginayo ku-calculator, but I do know ukuthi ucot is the inverse of the tan function. So now ishaya ku-calculator uyishaya so uthi 1 over its inverse. Ubani inverse ka-cot u-tan? So it's 1 over tan 45 degrees. So now answer yethu where it's what? It's 1. It's 1. And then the inverse for sec, it's cos. For cosec, it's sine. So on and so on, right? So on and so forth. Cos 30 degrees, it's square root 3/2. Square root 3/2 times tan 60 degrees, square root 3 now. Let us check. Oh yes, it's the square root of 3. Square root of 3. Then bese ke so yabuya uthi 1/2 times 1, it's 1/2 divided by square root 3/2 times square root 3, it's 3/2 this is equal to, okay, ngazi kanjani? Okay, anyway, ama-SATs aniwayenzi like grade 10 but niwayenza grade 11, but you should know a thing or two about ama-SATs. Square root 2 over square root 3 over 2 times the square root 3 is equal to 3 over 2. Naila, the square root 3 now multiply no square root 3 uthola ubani u3. Now multiply ama square roots afanayo, like under the square root kunama numbers afanayo. You just remove the square root then uthatha leyo number leyo, right? Ama-SATs la, which is it's a topic ozodila nayo kakhulu ka grade 11. 1 over 2 times 2 over 3. It's 1 over 2 divided by 3 over 2. So you just flip the fraction ego denominator, and then instead of saying divide, you say multiply. The idea is to change the divide to a multiplication, right? And then kusala u1 over 3. Ona so uqeda ukufika, na ufika la ungavele uthatha calculator yakho punch in calculator, and then uzothola u1 over 3. It's still fine nakhona, right? Okay, 3.3. In the diagram below, triangle ACD is right angled at C. E lies on AD such that CE is perpendicular to AD. Okay, yazichaza lelo kanje le triangle. But anyway, sila ku 3.1 again. 3.3 siya ku 3.3.1. Write down the ratio for cos D in triangle ACD. Now triangle ACD, this is triangle ACD, and the angle in question. Okay, it's important. Nangabu uthola ama questions or ama trigono or ama ratios. Where bakupi triangle, but write down the ratio of such and such. Into yokuqala kwamele identify triangle as well as the angle abakubuza in question, right? Write down the ratio for cos angle D in triangle ACD. Now triangle ACD, angle what? Angle D. So this is the angle in triangle ACD. Sifuna ukuthola the ratio for cos D. Okay, so lana we apply usokatoa, so katoa, right? So katoa. So thina sifuna ukufocus la ku cos, since basibuza ngo ratio for cos D. So we know that cos angle D is adjacent over hypotenuse. So in this case, the adjacent side, it's the side which is closest to the angle, ubani, or angle CD, divided by the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is always opposite to the 90 degrees, ubani, AD. So our answer is CD over AD. CD adjacent over AD. Then siyahamba siya ku 3.3.2. Write down the ratio for cos D in triangle CED. Okay, now triangle CED again by reference to angle bani D, right? Angle D. But it's also important to note ukuthi E2, angle E2 is also 90 degrees, and ama trigonometric ratios is khona ukuwasebenzisa kuma right angle triangles, right? So this triangle CED is also a right angle triangle at angle E2. Now sifuna ukubhala the ratio for cos D again, so katoa adjacent over hypotenuse. So cos D in triangle CED is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. So the adjacent side ubano ED over the hypotenuse, which is CD, right? Which is CD, yes, CD is the hypotenuse, is always opposite to 90 degrees. 3.3.3. Okay, if AD is 13 units and DC is 5 units, calculate the length of ED. Okay, bheka ke la. Bangiphe ubani uAD, yes. Babuya bangipha nobani no CD. Bathi ngicalculate ubani uED. CD and DC, it's the same thing, ne? It's just ukuthi mina okay, bona baje DC, mina ngije CD. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. So nala CD as well. And I can see that cos D no cos D into one, right? There's no other way for finding ED ngaphandle kokusebenzisa lo cos D no cos D. Beg CD over AD is equal to ED over CD. Yes? Over CD. And then babuya bathi uCD or DC, it's 5 divided by AD 13 equal to, sifuna calculate ED divided by CD ubani 5 now. It's also 5, right? It's also 5. Logu kulingana nalogu. Ngoba this ratio is equal to this ratio because they are both equal to cos D. So sisebenzisa way2 lama ratios lawa to find ubani uED ngoba the other sides basiphe wona. Then we cross multiply. 5 times 5 is 25. 13 times ED, it's 13 ED. Therefore, divide both sides by 13. So the answer is ED equal to 25 over 13. So now answer maybe singayibhala in a decimal form. 25 divided by 13 is equal to 1.92. 1.92 angisana space kahle, so ED is equal to 1.92. So this is our answer for 3.3.3. So now so with 3.4, given that cos theta is equal to 5 over 13 and sin theta is less than 0. With the aid of a diagram and without using a calculator, determine the value of sin theta. Okay, lana siya eraser, then senze 3.4. Okay, now 3.4 siya ku 3.4.1. 3.4.1 sifuna ukuthola ubani usin theta, but we know that sin theta is equal to y over r, opposite over hypotenuse, right? Opposite over hypotenuse. And then cos yena is always x over r, and then tan yena tan theta is always opposite over adjacent. So x is always the adjacent side, r is the hypotenuse, y is the opposite side, and then r is always the hypotenuse. So therefore bheka ke manje, in order to answer this question sizodinga the y value as well as the r value, but check we need to refer to the given information. Basiphe ubani cos theta. We're given that cos theta is equal to 5 over 13, and then 5 over 13 is the same as x over r. Therefore we can see that ubani we can see that x is equal to 5, which is positive, and then r is equal to what? 13 is equal to 13. And then there's also another information that sin theta is less than what? 0. So but here without using a calculator, but with the aid of a diagram. So we need to discover or find where the arm of this ngathini. All right, I think draw the plane, the diagram first. Planium. Okay, so it's CAST, cast rule, right? So usebenzisa cast rule for this diagram, right? And then bheka ke manje bathini, kwamele uthole ukuthi arm yakho or triangle yakho iba on which quadrant, right? Sifuna ukuthola la usign unnegative corner or a less than 0 corner, right? And the x coordinate must be what? A positive value. Like triangle yethu yohlala khona komele le triangle yethu ibe no positive x value. So bheka ku first quadrant, remember sifuna ukuthola ubani u-r nginayo nangu r 13, but I also need the value for bani, for y, right? For y. Le diagram lena izosincedisa ukuthi isicalculate the required y, right? And by the way, the y is calculated using a Pythagoras theorem. X squared plus y squared is equal to r squared. Just in as a substitute, and then it's calculated for ubani, for y. But check something. Ikuphi la usign unnegative khona? Definitely not the first quadrant. The first quadrant, all the A stands for all the ratios are positive. Second quadrant, no, since usign nguye o positive, and then go third quadrant utan nguye o positive. So it means lana usign u negative no cos negative. So this one here qualifier, but there's a problem. If it triangle yami ngidraw la, the x value izoba njani? Izoba negative. So la it's positive y, negative y, positive x, negative x. So this one is also out of the picture since x wethu njani u positive. So now therefore this one, the fourth quadrant, it's where triangle yethu sizoyithola khona. La u x unjani u positive, it's 5, and then u r wami is 13, and then the y komele siyicalculate ke manje. Now we can see that the y value naso yicalculate komele benjani, ibe negative, right? So I substitute x 5 squared plus y squared equal to r squared. Okay, r now 13. 13 squared, it's 25 plus y squared equal to 2 but 1. Okay, as 13 169, and then y squared is equal to 169 minus 25. Remember, say I'm transposer. Then y squared minus 25, it's 144. The square root of 144 is 12. Start at the square root on both sides. Plus minus, so y is equal to plus minus bunny 12. That's why I need the diagrams here so that we can find the correct answer. So therefore y is equal to minus 12. For y weight, it's what? It's minus 12. So I think erase la. And by the way, nama marks le diagram le now you draw in nama marks. So mina erase so that given a space for calculating 3.4.2. So lana we just calculate ngikhombisile ukuthi y simthola kanjani. Y simthola using Pythagoras theorem. Right, now the y is equal to minus 12. See, calculate using the sketch as well. So when nangabubhala exam or a test or something, don't erase the sketch, keep it. Uqhubeka nama calculations wakho. Mina just for this video ngidinga ispace la, right? So therefore now we can calculate usine bani theta equal to y ubani minus 12 r ubani 13, right? 13 kanjalo ke, right? Kanjalo. Sometimes uzothola ukuthi mhlambe bakupha usine instead of cos, bakupha mhlambe usine la instead of cos, shukuthi uzoba no y no r, then kwamele ucalculate ubani x, but lo x nakayomcalculate yophuma as plus or minus because of the square root. So kwamele usebenzise i-diagram so that uzo-identify ukuthi x wakho positive or negative. That's the whole purpose for of drawing ilo guys sketch. Yes. So into bekomele ngiyenze la, bekomele ngicalculate y qala before doing a sketch, but bengifuna ukuzama izinto a little bit different, provide a explanation ngenye indlela nje. But anyway, 3.4.2, let's go. Sec theta plus tan squared theta plus 1 equal to, okay, all right, usec opposite kabani ga cos, so therefore yoba r over x. You just flip the ratio, right? Since usec inverse ga cos, r yoba phezulu x abe kuphi ngaphansi. Since usec uyini uyi inverse kabani ga cos, plus tan it's y over x squared plus 1. Then we substitute again, r 13 x 5 plus y minus 12 divided by x 5 squared plus 1, and then see our calculator again, 5 plus minus 12 5 going into grade 11 and 12. Ama questions afana nalawa still asesekhona, uzowathola naka grade 11 grade 12 trigonometry uzoyithola. So our answer is 234 divided by 25. So this is our answer and the last question for question 3. I hope we enjoyed this video. Nanga we enjoyed, please leave a like. We like every video we please leave a like, guys. That's the only way ungakhombisa support for this channel. So yeah, now we're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. Nanga buthole some value out of this video, share nabangani bakho as well. So for now, asibonane on the next one, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.